Hello guys, welcome back to Speedlabs, and in this particular video we will talk about the vector products. Okay, so basically when in order to multiply vectors, we can multiply it in two ways. One is basically the dot product. It is also known as scalar product. Okay, and the other one is basically the cross product, and it is also known as the vector product. Okay, so basically they are the two different ways in which vectors can be multiplied. Okay, so first we will see what is actually our dot product, then we will see what is basically the cross product. Okay, so are you excited? Yes, so let us move. Okay, so what is actually our dot product? Okay, so basically dot product, or you can say scalar product, is nothing. Let's say if you have, let's say, a vector, this is your a vector. Okay, this is your a vector, and suppose this is your b vector. Okay, this is your b vector, and let's say the angle between them is theta. So how dot product is defined? Dot product is defined like this: a vector dot, this is dot, b vector is basically equal to magnitude of this vector a, magnitude of vector b, and angle between them, that is cos theta. So this is how you define the dot product. Okay, in dot product always remember cos theta comes. Okay, so this is how we can define. Okay, so dot product of two vectors defined as the product of their magnitudes and the cosine of the angle between them, as I have just explained you. Okay, now the scalar product of the two product, let's say P and Q, is basically like this. And how we can find the angle between them? The angle between them is find out like this: cos theta is equal to P vector dot Q vector upon mod of P vector and mod of Q vector, and this mod is basically the magnitude. So this is how you can also calculate the cosine of this particular theta. So this is all about the dot product. Okay, now okay, as I have told you, this theta is basically cos inverse P vector Q vector dot, that is mod of P vector and mod of Q vector. So this is all about the dot product. Okay, if I want to give one example, I can give you, let's say your a vector, for example, I'm giving you example, let's say a vector is your 10i plus 3j. Okay, similarly, let's say your b vector is, let's say, I vector plus j vector. Okay, now you have to find out the let's say angle between these two vector. Okay, I have given, let us find the angle, or you can say cos theta between them. So how you will find? You will find that just put the value of this a vector here. So how we can find the cos theta? Cos theta is equal to a vector dot b vector upon, that is, mod of a vector and mod of b vector. Okay, this is how we can actually find it. Okay, let us find. Okay, what is a vector? A vector is 2i plus, here I am writing cos theta. Okay, this is basically 2i plus 3j. Okay, and it will be dot, and it will like I plus j. Okay, divided by the magnitude of this. The magnitude of this, basically the magnitude of this vector, is under root of 2 square plus 3 square, that is 4 plus 9, that is under root 13. Okay, similarly, what is mod of b? Mod of b basically under root 1 square plus 1 square is basically root 2. Okay, so putting the value of this, that is root 13, and this is root 2. Now multiplying this. Okay, now multiplying this vector, let's say this will be multiplied by here. Okay, so what I get, I will writing here cos theta. Okay, here let's see, this 2i is multiplied by I, so 2 into 1 is this scalar will be multiplied by that scalar, so 2 into 1 is basically 2. Okay, so I am writing 2. Now what is I dot I? Similarly, as you can see, I vector, I is a unit vector along the x-axis, or if you will take the two vector along parallel, or I can say along the same direction, then their dot product is always 1. So remember, always remember this thing: I dot I is equal to 1, j dot j is equal to 1, k dot k equal to 1. Okay, but I dot j is 0 because this I vector is along x-axis and this j is along z-axis, and you can say I and j makes 90 degree, and here cos 90 is basically 0. That is why this is the reason I dot j is equal to 0. Okay, remember this. Okay, remember this thing. Okay, now let us move to further our question. Okay, so this will be like 2. Okay, similarly, if you multiply this by this, so this I dot j will become 0. Okay, so similarly, this will be 0, but this will multiply. Okay, 3 into 1, that is 3, and j is basically 3. So that will be 3 into j dot j. Okay, now it is basically root 26. It is will be root 26. Okay, so what is the answer of this? So cos theta is basically is equal to that is 2 plus 3, that is 5 by root 26, or you can say, or you can write here what is actually the theta. Actually you can write here what is actually the theta. Theta is basically your theta will be cos inverse 5 by root 26. So this is how you can find the theta between the two angles when you have asked the dot product. Okay, so this is all about the dot product. Dot product is nothing if there is two vector, let's say A and B, and their angle between them is theta. So what will be dot product? Dot product is equal to the magnitude of two vectors, okay, and the cosine of the angle between them. Okay, so this is all about, you can find the dot product. Now let us move further. Let us talk about the cross product. Okay, so what is actually a cross product? Okay, so cross product is nothing, let's say if you have vector, let's say this is your A vector, this is your, let's say this is your A vector, okay, and similarly this is your, let's say B vector, this is your B vector, and this theta is the angle between these two vectors. Okay, so now you have to find out A cross B. So what is A cross B? So the magnitude of basically this cross vector is defined as the magnitude of A, the magnitude of B, and sine of theta between them. Here sine theta is basically is equal to A vector cross B vector upon mod of A vector and mod of B vector. This is how we define sine theta. Okay, so this is all about the cross product. Here remember one thing, let's say if A vector cross B vector is basically equal to C vector, then in cross product it is very important to define the direction of the C vector. Okay, so I am just telling the method to calculate or to find out the direction of the resultant vector. Okay, so you have to keep your finger along this A vector. Okay, then you have to move your fingers towards this B vector. Okay, so like this, I'm putting this my fingers along this A vector, and I'm just crossing, I am just making my fingers move towards this B vector. So this thumb will give me the direction of the C vector. Okay, so here C vector is inside the board, so this is the C vector. Okay, now I am taking one more example. Let's say if this is your, let's say A vector, this is your A vector, and let's say this B vector is inside this whiteboard. So I have to put my fingers along this A vector, and I have to move my fingers towards this B vector which is inside. So this and this. So this is my C vector. Okay, so where is my C vector? The direction of this C vector is basically along this direction. This is basically the C vector. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the direction of the resultant. Okay, and remember this, the direction of this resultant vector is perpendicular to these two vectors. Okay, so this is all about the cross product. Okay, so remember this thing. Okay, I am just making you write something. Okay, this is all about this, and this n vector is basically direction of resultant vector, and this is perpendicular to both the plane of the two vectors. Okay, and I have just explained you the methods to find out the direction of that resultant vector. So this is all about cross product. Okay, and as you know, that rule is known as right hand screw rule. You can also find out it by right hand screw rule. So okay, so this is all about the cross product and dot product of the vectors. Okay, I hope you have understood the lecture. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.